I haven't done a video like this in years where I'm simply just stoked about a camera that I have just gotten. It finally came in the mail and I just want to open it on camera with you guys. And that's it. I think the last time I actually did this was the X-T4. So it's been a minute. The glory of God rests in this box. I have gotten myself a new cinema camera for 2026. I definitely don't have enough cameras. I need something reliable and beefy because I'm gonna be filming a lot of race car stuff. Hopefully getting into some more cinematic shooting stuff with some people in Indianapolis this year when the weather gets nice. So that's what this is for. I also have a Steam Deck now, so go watch the tech channel. All right, folks. Wow, I am freaking jazzed up right now. Holy crap. Well, there's no sense hiding it. I have gotten myself into a heap of pixels, dude. 12K of them, to be honest. I am entering my Chris Nolan era, shooting the most resolution possible, except he's legit and shoots on film. I'm, along with the PYXIS 12K, which will open here in a second, I got the Ursa Cine handle. I love a good handle. I got this white box of mystery and the EVF kit, which I'm stoked about. I'm really curious to see the quality because I've been using, for my like cinema setup, I've been using the Lumix S1 II with the Blackmagic Assist, the 7-inch version, and that thing is amazing. Save the camera for last. I'm actually just curious what's in here. Could this be a Resolve Studio number? Oh, this is the rosette plate. A while back, I was trying to shoot a video on the PYXIS 6K, like soon after it came out. Blackmagic loaned me one just to test for a couple weeks, but I honestly like was in a really busy season. I didn't get enough time to like get enough footage with it to feel confident in making something. So yeah, I feel like this is a full circle moment. Welcome to the channel, Gwen. I feel like I don't show you very much. We have an orange cat that's a girl, which I hear is kind of rare, and she's an absolute freak, as you can imagine. Super weird. Absolutely love her, though. Love you. In that little white box was this rosette plate here. So scary. Ah! She's so fast. Okay, you know what? We're opening the camera. I'm gonna put you here. I love you, baby girl. You're the best cat in the world. Put you here. All right, let's just open the camera. Let's be real. I'm not gonna make us wait. I decided to go with the L-mount version. A lot of last year was spent trying to decide like what cinema camera to get into, but I ended up going with L-mount because now I'm like using Lumix cameras a lot. This is the S1R2. This is the S1 IIe. I have too many cameras, but I was like, okay, if I'm gonna kind of like stick with one thing for like client jobs or like whenever I do decide to take like a gig, I want it to all like still be a nice ecosystem. I don't have PL lenses at the moment. I don't get all those cool guy lenses. So I have some L mount stuff. I figured I would just go with that. And there's like really good PL to L mount adapters that have the VNDs built in. So I feel like if I'm gonna go PL, it's almost smarter to go with the L mount camera just so I can get VNDs. Because that's, I mean, straight out of the box, like that's my biggest issue with the PYXIS 6K and 12K is no VNDs. I'm also just, I have so many thoughts. Like, first of all, I have the 6K full frame. I'm honestly probably gonna be getting rid of it. So if you're interested, hit me up. That camera has been getting these like shadow drop autofocus firmware updates, and it's just getting better and better. And I believe this camera and the PYXIS have that PDAF tech built into their sensors. So theoretically, if they get it figured out, this camera could get autofocus. I would never recommend you make a big purchase like this on a what if type of factor, like, oh, well, it might get autofocus. What if it gets autofocus? Don't make a purchasing decision based on a company's what ifs, but what if? You know? Plus I edit in Resolve. Blackmagic RAW is gonna be insane. I feel like with my skin, Blackmagic just like makes my skin look the most natural. A lot of these mirrorless cameras make my skin look way more red than it is in real life. I do have some red here, but Blackmagic, dude. Man, it's wild. I think back to like interviewing Bob from Blackmagic way back and asking him about a box camera. Now I'm holding it. This is freaking cool. I'm so glad Blackmagic did this. This thing is just It's just build quality, dude. It's solid. Thumbnail? Fun fact, I shoot all my thumbnails with video now. Oh my gosh, look at you. Look at you, beautiful baby boy or girl. I don't know what you are yet. How do you find the gender? No. I've been on quite the camera journey throughout many different brands. I'm pretty brand agnostic these days. There's things I lean into here and there, but I can enjoy things about brands of all types. But I have a special place in my heart for Blackmagic because probably, yeah, my favorite like pro camera I've ever owned was the Ursa G2. It was such a beautiful Super 35 sensor. It gave me raw video in high frame rate modes. It was EF Super 35, so I could use my favorite Sigma 18-35 lens. That combo was amazing. I used the Ursa on everything from like wedding films to commercials, music videos. We shot a music video in freezing temperatures and the liquid crystals in the LCD screen started to freeze and create ghosting, but that camera still pushed through and gave us insane results. We matched it to RED cameras all the time. Used it with Lumix cameras. Just being back in Blackmagic is so cool. And now the fact that it's this size versus my G2 build, which also had the SSD reader between the body and the battery plate, it just made that camera like a freaking sniper rifle. It was so long and heavy. This is heavy, but like good heavy, like build quality heavy. This is the best build quality camera Blackmagic's ever made, easily. Solid, dude. So you got mini XLR, USB-C for the viewfinder, tons of mounting points, record button on the side, scroll wheel here, probably customizable, a lock button, that's super nice, 2 slots of CF Express B, headphone out, mic in, on-off switch, SDI out, Ethernet. Oh, I didn't realize it had Ethernet. Another USB-C, 12 volt power. I think I'm gonna try going with the batteries that fit in the slot versus going V-mount. I have V-mount batteries, but I want to keep this thing pretty stripped down. I want to try to make some YouTube videos with this for my tech channel. I'm actually going to film one today. It's going to be my first test. I'm filming a review or an initial impressions on the Steam Deck OLED. So if you're curious about footage, go check out my tech channel. That video's probably out by now as well. I guess I'll shoot it in 8K or 12K. I actually shoot a lot of 8K these days though, because I do so much cropping. So yeah, the PYXIS is going to be my behind the camera, not so much filming myself. Like I'm gonna try to figure out ways to do that as well, just because the color is gonna be so gorgeous, but this is gonna be my like work camera. I kind of miss the days of like leaning into manual focus more. Just, it's so much more natural. Even the best autofocus systems don't really look human all that much. So I'm excited to like test that out again, look into using some vintage glass, maybe some anamorphics, but I don't know, man. I'm excited to try this thing out, and like I really want to push myself this year to actually like become a better cinematographer. I was looking at like some of my reels from back in the day. I was like, dang, like I don't know if I'm that good anymore. I don't know. Little rail mounts, heck yeah. Do you guys save your boxes from cameras? I always save the box, just in case you end up selling it or something someday. Man, this handle is awesome because it's so robust. It's just, yeah, that's a good size actually. The one flaw is the screw-on design. You gotta like reach in to screw this in, and then you gotta find an angled Allen. Oh, I forgot the camera has rubber grips on the bottom. That's nice. That's so firm. I guess while I'm screwing this in, a reminder that I now have Patreon and YouTube memberships enabled. You get the same thing across both platforms, but just want to make it easily accessible. And every month I'm doing a creator or industry professional interview. I've interviewed Bob from Blackmagic. It was awesome. That's available. I'm interviewing the director of a feature film called Universe Designed next week, and a really cool creator named Poladroid who makes like Steam Deck gaming content, but he's a filmmaker, has very cinematic, like gorgeous YouTube videos. So if you guys are interested in supporting, you can support for as little as $1 a month, and it goes so far. Really means a lot to me and my family. That's the top handle. Look at that. Look at that. That is super cool. I gotta be honest, one great fun thing about being a YouTube creator is like people send you stuff to try out. Sometimes you don't get to try it for years. I've had this stuff for a minute, but I figured I gotta say thanks to the homies at Condor Blue. They sent me some PYXIS stuff, and my buddy Will from XLCS Designs, he makes incredible tanky cages. This came out for the original PYXIS, but the 12K is the exact same body design, so it will fit this camera as well. I'm definitely gonna have to play around with this, maybe get a rosette handle for the side. The thing is though, this camera's already such a tank. I don't need 477 quarter 20s, but they're there for those who do. None of this is sponsored. They just sent me this like a year ago and I haven't gotten to try it. But what I wanted to try, wow, this thing's beat up. Maybe you guys have heard me talk about this lens. I talked about it in my initial Lumix S9 review and people really liked the images from it, but this thing is absolutely destroyed. This is the 7 Artisans 35mm 1.4, I believe. This is the version 2, and they actually incorrectly marked where the lens mounts onto the camera body. You know where that red dot usually lines up? Doesn't work, it's incorrectly made. So they made a version 3, which I really want to get, but this still works. It's just a little beat up. But I feel like this combo will actually be sick, and look how tiny this thing is. It's actually a pretty comfy fit. Right here, like this, going handheld. Look how tiny this is, especially if I go with these native batteries. I'm not one of those guys that's gonna mount a monitor way up here. I think that looks goofy. I think I just got obsessed with the Red Dragon 6K, and I love that built-in red monitor that would just like fold up on the top, and I like having the monitor as close to the sensor as possible. I feel like I like having that eye level because it feels like, I don't know, my eye is where the sensor is, if that makes sense. I'm not looking like, I don't like those rigs where the monitor's way up here. To me, it's just goofy because you end up shooting low angles too often, and with people's faces and stuff, like I don't like taking selfies down here. I want them eye level or higher, right? So if the monitor is where the sensor is, your eye kind of hangs out higher up and you get those more pleasing angles naturally holding the camera that way. That's my theory. Do whatever you want, I'm an idiot. If you guys have any questions on the PYXIS, I'm gonna start working on like initial tests. I really wanna take my time with this camera this year. It's not gonna be like a churn and burn type of content with this. I'm really excited for spring and summer because I'm gonna be filming a lot of race car stuff with this camera. My father-in-law owns and operates the local racetrack where I live, and there's freaking amazing opportunity for footage out there. So when that comes around, I'm super stoked to start making some stuff for the track. Make sure to text me when you get home so I know you're safe, and watch out for deer. Join the Patreon or YouTube memberships. If you can't do that, we have a free Discord that you can hang out in, or you can follow me on Instagram for adorable toe pics. And remember that you guys are loved, much more than you might even know, all right? God bless you guys, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye. Hey, is this thing on?